outside event, situation, relationship. So that simply means I am already, my mind, or so called the I, is always looking outside for peace and happiness. If there is no event that can give me peace and happiness, I remember this. I know this. So when I know, that is the highest level. I know means I'm aware. I'm aware that the world outside cannot lead me to peace and happiness. First thing, situation outside keeps on changing. Two, situation outside I do not have control. I may say that I love you, but yes, you say that I hate you. So how can I change the situation? I cannot change the situation. So what is happening that we discussed long back, not very long back. So I'm contemplating and reflecting. First is the principle. I think I discussed in 6 or 7 steps. So I see you. That is only a normal perception. Now I see the perception with a projection, that is likes and dislikes. So I have to check my mind whether my mind is perceiving with the likes and dislikes or with attachments. So if I reflect on this and then I say, okay, I will not perceive with likes and dislikes, with attachment, then I check that what happens to my mind. My mind is already calm now. Because if I have a liking and disliking, then I have an expectation. When I have an expectation, if the expectation is fulfilled, I am pleased, pleasure. If my expectations is not fulfilled, then my mind is on autopilot, and then it will react, it will fight, and then it will have a guilt. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? So that guilt, likes and dislikes, goes further. We discussed about it. So what did we discuss? Now the object or the world do not remain as a world. It has become Vishaya, poisonous object. So every object is now a poisonous. Whether I am in the office or outside, with my near and dear ones, every object in my mind is is a poisonous object, and my mind is constantly working with hamster wheel. So that I have to recognize. Meditation is not going to help you. Meditation will help you that you did the practice, you feel relaxed. Relax means you are already moving the mind within. So as long as the mind is within, you will feel relaxed. It's not a big deal. But once you practiced meditation, you did not have the knowledge, you are suffering from that problem of attachment and likes and dislikes and seeking happiness outside, the mind will return to the hamster wheel again.
Yeah, it's my problem.
Now, one thing is that it's my problem, so I have to solve it. I have to solve it. If it is my problem, then I have to recognize where is the problem, and then I have to solve this problem. So when I see that, oh, this is a problem, and here I have to solve it, and then it becomes a great it becomes a then it becomes a solution. So I have to contemplate and reflect. What our mind thinks. What our mind thinks. Our mind thinks that what our mind thinks. Mind thinks that okay. Mind thinks that what the mind thinks. Mind thinks that I will continue to have that sense of the ego on one hand, and I should be in peace on the other. That is my thinking. I will continue to dictate you. Don't do this thing, I tell you. But at the same time, I want peace. Not possible. Not possible. But now reflect on it, then why it is not possible. Think of it as that why it is not possible. Ego by default is insecure. I-ness attached to the world outside, by default it is insecure. So its nature is insecurity and it is seeking security. That is why I get upset. That is why I get upset with you. That is why I get upset with others. By default it is insecure. And that is the answer to your statement or a question that I am not in peace. My mind automatically reacts. It is because of this. Are you getting it? Think. Why I react? Answer it. Why I get upset over others on a particular event? Answer that question. That is the beginning of a contemplation and reflection. Why I react? Why? So reaction contains a blame. It contains an element of expectations. Oh, everyone should drive by the rule. Everyone should be calm. Really? So you have a moral ground that everyone should be calm. Are you calm? Then why you are seeking calmness from others? Why you are expecting calmness from others? This is the way to contemplate. So when you contemplate and reflect again and again and again, and then you pinpoint, oh, this is the I-ness seeking. That is what I explained to you. Perception. Perception with projection is attachment. Now that attachment converted the things into a poisonous object. Then I have a bad expectations and a good hope. I think that is what I explained you. So when there is a consistent and a constant expectations from the world outside, which you don't see in the form of a thought, but it is already there. That is what the hamster wheel is. My mind is constantly moving with those subconscious impressions, vasanas, sanskaras. That is what we say, sanskara. It is in the background. This real guy should help me to move into the peace. But peace is within you. Now see? So then I'm not going there. So I will come to that step later. So now what happens here, when my mind is constantly running on a hamster wheel, what is that hamster wheel? Expectations, attachment, and poisonous object. So that is running behind my normal working hours. So think of it. One person in you is outside. Hey, how are you? I'm fine. How are you? So when everything falls into the right place as per my identity, I say, okay, how are you? You are fine. I'm fine. Okay, bye bye. But when the person two is running and running this hamster wheel, mind is already working constantly on that. And now you start some work outside in the world. Person 3 is activated. What the heck? Why don't you calm down? First, you let me check. Am I calm? So when I am calm, let you be agitated. What difference it makes? So three person at the same time. One eye, second eye, third eye. One is the social eye. We always want to be fine with others at the social level. So I control myself. I am fine. How are you? So I expect that you also say that I am fine. We have a smile, dry smile, it has no meaning. So we want to live mechanically. Why that expression is because of the person 2 hamster wheel. The person 3 is always ready to react. So we have 3 eyes, 3 false eye working in tantrum, working together. That causes the problem. So I contemplate, okay, did this guy reacted to me? No. But why I reacted? Because he did not fit into my expectations. That is why I react. But question is why he did not fit my expectations. Person 2, I have certain impressions that one should behave like this, one should work like this. But that is again my impressions. So is it possible to control the entire world to behave and meet my expectations? I have to say to my mind, no, it is not possible. Okay, if it is not possible, then what should I do? Should I continue to be in stress or should I drop my expectations? Ask yourself. But if I drop my expectations, it doesn't help me to work. That is big ego. So what is this ego? This is the fourth eye. My intellect is paralyzed. My now intellect cannot think otherwise. Are you getting it? My intellect is paralyzed. So I have to think out of the box. Why out of the box? In the box it is hamster wheel. Out of the box now I am reflecting my intellect. I separate the intellect from the poisonous objects of attachment and detachment. See, it has to come. Our master says we satsang, whether you say satsang, listening and learning, contemplation and reflection, and practice and experience. So now I'm coming to another topic related to it. So once I have to repeat it again and again. I have to sit down. Why I got upset today? Why I reacted today? What happened to you, mind? I told you not to react, but why you reacted? So it is the perception with projection, Projection contains an idea of likes, dislike, which causes the attachment, and then attachment with an object turns the things into an object. I told you, Vishaya, poisonous object. Where is this poisonous object? What the heck, my employee is not working like this. He seems to be crazy. He doesn't want to do the work. Hold on, my mind. He has been doing the work. I have to contemplate and reflect. It is not I have to demand that you should think. First, I have to think to be in peace. Are you getting it? I have to think myself. The moment you are in the office, you see 5 employees, and the mind stucks to one employee. Oh, this guy did not do the work and he is blaming others. What the heck you are doing? No, hold on. I will not react. I have to see what is happening to my mind. Looking at this guy, I'm reacting. That is my problem. Whether he has done the work or he has not done the work, that is secondary. But why it has come, I have already explained you the 3 I's. I have to think. I have to think. I have to ask my mind why you are upset because he has not done the work. Why you are pleased because he has done the work. So your mind is attached, your mind is detached. You converted that object into a poisonous object. Poisonous object means it can give you the pleasure, it can give you the pain. Poison in a snake, they are extracted and they create a what is we say? They create a medicine out of it. Get rid of that. So it means that guy who did not do the work is a poison and also a medicine for me. Why shouldn't I use it as a medicine? How long I have been using him as a poison? How long I have been using my honey? Oh, my honey is not listening to me. Thank God she is not listening or he is not listening. That will give me the power of endurance to me. Let me check my endurance level. Here are the 5 events in which I get upset. I will make sure in these 5 events with my honey I will not become upset. I will take over the mind. I have to think. When you start thinking, the intellect starts thinking. Intellect which was paralyzed, now it takes over the mind. Mentally you think. But you know the breakfast should be ready because I have to go to the office. Oh, you did not make the breakfast? I have half an hour time, let me cook, prepare it and take it. Thank you, mentally you think. And outside you say, okay, there is no problem. Employee, there is no problem, but let me sit with you to see what is your duty, what you should be doing, how much you have done, what is the time period. Now you are engaging your intellect. But when you get upset, you are engaging your mind in the hamster wheel. Don't we understand this much? This is very simple thing to understand. So I have to think in my mind. But now the 2 more issues comes up. The first issue comes that mode and the mood of the mind. Pay attention. That is very important. Then we will come to the level of our seeker. Level of the seeker. Mood and the mood of the mind. Mood and the mood of the mind. What is this mood and the mood of the mind? Mood are normally fluctuating. It is a part of the hamster wheel. What is the mood of the mind? I'm just, trying to explain you these principles logically. So the mood means how my mind processes the information of the event that is taking place outside. That is how the mind processes the information. Now, just so I wake up in the morning. I see a morning sun. My mind has processed the information because of the past impression, and I say it's a bad morning because something happened yesterday. Something wrong happened, something good happened yesterday, so it's a good morning. What should be done? Look at the beauty of the teaching of these masters. So the master asks you a question when you wake up. Before you see anything outside, did you have any thought? No. So you are awake with the mindfulness. That event was not present, that world is not present. How come mind you process the information inside it's a good morning and bad morning? Just a minute ago you were in deep sleep and you did not see anything, and the next moment it is a bad morning and good morning. Are you crazy, mind? You say to your mind, are you crazy? Stop this. You say in your mind, I'm saying that you say in your mind. Are you crazy? Stop this. Morning is morning. Employee is employee. Event is event. What covers and what veils my ego? My ego veils. What the heck you are talking about? It's such a bad morning and you are saying that nothing happens to me. Ego. P3. Third level of the ego. Autopilot. My intellect is paralyzed. What hard morning has done to me? Nothing. When I was in New Jersey, did I tell you? TGIF restaurant. Name is TGIF. What that means? You see the mindset of Americans. Select Americans, not everyone. I'm also now American citizen. So TGIF restaurant. It means thanks God it is Friday.
Yeah.
So I created hell with the God it is Monday because Monday I have a lot of pressure. Monday to Friday I have to work. Friday evening is free. So it means every Monday I have already created a cycle to be in stress. Perfect example. So the mood and the mood. You have to start reflecting on it, prepare steps, and then you see that what you can, how you can. You start thinking in your mind. Now see. So mood. I said happy mood, so it's a good morning. Unhappy mood, it's a bad morning. But what the sun has done to you? Irritable mood. It further aggravates the situation. Anxious mood. Oh, again, I could not sleep well, and now it's a morning. I have to wake up. I don't want to wake up. My mind is processing the information that is known as the mood of the mind. Mind is processing the information based on autopilot, based on past impression. That much is the problem. You are reacting to an employee based on the mode of the mind. Mode of the mind contains the past impression, without which you cannot do. So the mind has taken over you. The intellect is paralyzed. I have to awaken to the intellect. Master is only saying, can you start thinking the way I am thinking? That I am belongs to the masters. Master is saying, can you start thinking the way I am thinking for you? And then see that if anxiety, reaction, and stress remains in your mind or not. So I'm reacting to this guy outside because I have the past impression. One, I have an expectations from this person. Two, and my mind is running on an autopilot. 3. My intellect is paralyzed. 4. What is the option? I have an option to react and not to react. So I choose the first option, not to react. All the 3 falls down. I am into peace. Then I continue with the intellect. What is the right way to communicate, to express, or to act in this situation? I rise in awareness. Now it is a mindful mode. Now it is a mindful mode. And I am happy. I'm not saying that you just try and see what happens. So that is why Master says, by constantly, not only listening and learning, but reflection, a contemplation and reflection, not only reflection, but practice and change in experience are basics. So find out, am I only in the learning mode? I only learn. What is the mistake? I accumulate the spiritual knowledge of the Eastern wisdom without applying it. Why I am not applying it? Because I am not reflecting it. But that is one reason. Follow the principle. And second reason, same thing, the entire world is a poison for me. So I have to react. I have to blame. I have to complain. Can you make your calendar how many times you reacted today? What and why and how? Is it necessary? Your intellect will say no. We are a fairly intelligent people. So fairly intelligent people intellect will definitely say no. So accumulate many no's every day. It will strengthen your intellect, break the hamster wheel. But no, just now the same principle. Is learning only enough? Answer is no. Accumulating spiritual knowledge without applying it. As if you have a map, but you never started the journey where I have to go. You have a map. So what is the result? It becomes intellectual. I am disconnected with my life. So who is connected with my life? Hamster wheel. I have to break it somewhere. How? I have to break it first by knowledge. But how to do it? So reflection. So if I do the reflection, if I break it, but if I only stuck to reflection, then what happens? Overthinking without clarity or direction. That is happening to you. I don't reflect, I reflect only, but I also reflect in a different direction. That is another mistake. Like holding a compass while walking in a circle. You keep on walking in a circle and you are holding a compass. You know which direction you have to go, but it doesn't come to your mind. Because why? Because intellect is paralyzed. So mananam only is also a problem. Shravanam only is also a problem. And practice only is also a problem. Why? My mind says if I do the practice, I will be in peace and calm. Okay, definitely you'll be in peace and calm. Once you return, you have a problem. Why? Because I did not follow the first two. See, look at it. So, analyze. I told you, keep in calendar how many times I was a happy, calm, and peaceful in different events today. How many times I was anxious, reacting, blaming, and I had a negative attitude today. How many times? How many times? Both negative and positive. First, you pick up the negative. You already know the answer. I have to make the principle fit. Perception with projection of likes and dislikes, attachment. Attachment to the things becomes a poisonous object. Mind takes over, intellectual paralysis. So I have to see how the intellect is paralyzed, how the mind created this vicious circle. Should I have avoided it? Yes, it is easy to avoid it. So you accumulate from your negative experiences the positive yes. And then ask yourself that how many times, in how many events I was in peace and I did not react. Simple answer. I did not have any expectation from the world of events, outside people, and relationship. But did I? So it means I should stop working? No. I will continue to work minus expectations, explaining each and everything clearly. But sometimes we have to keep a distance, sometimes we have to avoid. So now you see very practical aspect. Whenever I'm into anxiety, whenever I'm not in peace, whenever my mind is constantly moving in blame and complaint, my mind has put 100% tariff. That is why the intellect is paralyzed. So I have to look back. I am into anxiety, it is only because of this. It is not because of the things outside. Mind will definitely blame others, you bring it back. How? I have to do thinking. Can you do it by practice of meditation? No. Even temporarily you can do it. But just after you do it temporarily, do the lot of breathing, lot of mantras, you are feeling relaxed and calm. How long? 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Mind still contains those thoughts. It will return to its hamster wheel. So learning only, not a solution. Reflection only, not a solution. Practice only, not a solution. All the three together is a solution. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
So now move further. Learning only is learning means Shravanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasan is only a solution. So now, if that is a solution, then let me check my mind every day or in every situation. Mind, where you stand. So, in the first scenario, and you can judge easily in the practice of meditation. You are practicing meditation, the thoughts passes to your mind. Weird guy talked about what? Hamster wheel. But mind is moving in the hamster wheel and I'm distracted. I started chasing the hamster wheel. My mind gets too much tough on the guy, which I blame and complain. So I did 1 hour of meditation, only 5 minutes of contemplation, 1 minute of the practice. The whole 54 minutes is a wastage. That is the first level of a seeker. I have to ask him the intellect. I think I told you started that, and then why you left I don't know. My mind is distracted. Distraction is normal for everyone. My mind is distracted. One thing. Did I recognize it? Yes. I enjoy that distraction. That is wrong. So what to do? I have to think, mind, why you are distracted. You are doing practice of meditation. Come back. But if I don't come back, I am the first level of a seeker. Progress will not take place. Second level of a seeker, you have to relate it to the three practices. Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasam. You have to think, you are intelligent. Second level of a seeker, he has a big ego, Rajasic Guna. So what the big ego claims, I know everything. You told me, you have taught me, I know, I'm doing right. You're doing right, yes. Are you relaxed? No. So how come you know that you are doing right? Simple logic. My intellect is paralyzed. I did it. I did all the practices. No result. Come on, I did the practice. Did I not tell you? Did I not explain you? I told this young guy, cute and beautiful girl, first event took place. And why the second event took place? Because I claim I know. Oh, because you know that is why it happened. What a wonderful guy you are. So when I told him, he said, third event took place. After the third event, now he is. So you see that is the second level of a seeker. So I have to find out which level of a seeker, why the mind you are complaining again. If you understand why you complain, third level of a seeker, third level of a seeker, I said, be comfortable. You check, am I comfortable? No. So I have to be comfortable. Let me understand what he is saying. You just move the mind. Do I have to do anything or simply move the mind and feel? Just feel. Yes, I have to feel the entire body. So what I normally people do, I did not tell you to move your head. I simply asked you to feel comfortable. Why you started? I never say this. I never say to the people, but they start stretching. Did I say you to stretch? So if you are comfortable by stretching your neck in the spine, etc., then before attending the session, you stretch everything and be comfortable. Then I will talk to you. But I don't say to the people. It means you listen to me being uncomfortable. You see that? So when I say close your eyes, okay, eyes are closed. And the moment, sometimes people, when I say close your eyes, and they start moving. First two type of the seeker. But first two type of the seeker has to be done with by thinking in line with the principles. Am I aware? Yes. Am I comfortable? Yeah. No, I'm not comfortable here. Okay, let me find out the right position. Yes. Do I feel the sensation? No, I don't feel the sensation. So let me move the mind once again. Second time, third time. Now I recognize my mind is jumping here and there. In fact, it is not moving on the skin of the body. So what should I do? I will continue to move the mind on the body until I feel the sensation. Why? I have to align my mind with the principles. Stop doing the next step. Stop jumping to the next step. First, you find out, are you comfortable? So, what that means, I get rid of the distraction, I get rid of that intellectual paralysis is also ego. I discussed about it before. So there are three types of teachers in Eastern wisdom. First type of the teacher, they are preachers. They are not teachers, the real gurus. What they do? They are preachers. Ah, you are doing meditation, it doesn't happen. Take another mantra. Ah, it's not, no, it will happen. Continue doing it. Because I don't understand, so how can I explain? So they are only preachers. Preachers only preach principles. Mind is dictating the intellect. It becomes a cult, dogma, belief, religion. First type of the teachers. Second type of the teacher, they are over intellectual. Over intellectual. They explain you each and everything, but they don't have an experience. The third type of the seeker, third type of the teacher explains by metaphor, examples, until your intellect convinced. So intellect is convinced in 1 hour of a session, and the mind convinces you again the opposite way. So that is why we have understood the 3 level of a seeker. That is why we have understood learning only will not work, reflection only will not work, practice and experience only will not work. All the three together only will work. Are you clear now? So leave everything. Leave the entire world. Leave the $1,000,000. Am I in peace or not? I'm not in peace. Let me leave everything and find the peace within me. Say sorry to your employees. I reacted to you, I'm sorry. Let me sit down, reflect, and come back to you again. Do I have the guts to say it? Do I have the power to say it? I will change. Or I should not react. First, let me reflect clearly, and then only I will be able to work. Your employees looks at you as a boss, okay, hello, how are you? Good morning. And you look at with the reaction. What is this? I'm a boss, so my thinking is that if I am not so tough on them, then it is the right thing, and I have to be tough on them. I have to react to them so that they recognize me as a boss. You are already a boss. It is written. It is already written. Company doesn't belong to them. It belongs to you. They know it 100%. Problem is, why don't you know it? Why don't you know it? Because I explained to you. That is what we have been doing it in couple of these sessions. What I said, I claim the deluded thinking is the right thinking. Wrong thinking is the right thinking. The right thinking. So is it that is the only way to demonstrate that I am the boss of the company, to react and to blame and complain, to be angry and upset? Or is there another way? I have to raise the doubt on what my mind is saying. So I move to the second step. I explained you in that process also. So the person suffering, that now I'm still suffering, I have still the ready to react, but I have a doubt. Whether whether the doubt on my deluded thinking will work, let us see. So when I doubt, I recognize the mistake. My intellect has started working. Why the intellect has started working? Intellect says, you are already the owner. Why you create a tantrum to prove that you are the owner? You need not to prove it. I need not to prove that I am male. I am still proving that I am a male. And then they run after the Viagra because their male is already manhood is related to Viagra. So when you recognize the mistake, your mind is empty. That is the state of humility. The first 2 levels of the seeker is gone. That distraction is gone, that big ego is gone. Oh, humility, I'm ready to learn. What should I learn? That is what we are learning. So the moment I start learning, your mind will remind you of all the principles if your mind is 100% full of humility. Mind will remind you that you are the nature of the real self, you are the nature of peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. Body has, I am not the body. It will pass through your mind. It is not passing through your mind. That is why you are upset and stressed. But it is blocked by the intellectual paralysis. It is with you. I was telling the other day that whatever you have learned over a period of 6 or 7 years will reveal by itself if mind allows it to do so. The mind with the humility, with the purity, it will allow everything. You need not to worry about it. What you have learned in these years will come back to you. But I have closed the door. First, solve the problem. You made me upset. You get out. Then I will be in peace. Let him get out. Will you be in peace? I have to put intellect. So when you put the mind, yes, get out, then I will be in peace. No, I'm not in peace. I got out this guy. Now my mind starts working on the second guy, second event, third event. That is not a solution. So mind by repetition understands and it moves that what exactly now should I recognize what is right, proper and good for me. That is the path of the Shreyas. So the entire explanation in 2 words, path of prayers, what I like, what pleases me, what I dislike, I should avoid. I convert the entire word into a poisonous object. So every day I wake up in the morning, to this word is a poison for me. Even though I don't react, but my mind, person number 2, with a hamster wheel is already ready to react. What the heck, I cannot evacuate fully. I don't know what happened to my digestive system. Unnecessary. As if you can control the digestive system. Or it's a bad morning. And then you wake up, you fall down. My life is full of hell. Oh, really? So God made you fall down. You were unconscious, habitual. You fell down, it is your responsibility. So, you see, so Shreyas, what is right, good? What is right, good? What is right, good? And proper. You contemplate, you pick up any question, simple. Are you responsible for my stress, reaction, anger, and hesitation? Let me prove it. In what way you are responsible? You reach to a point where you recognize the world outside, any event or relations is not at all responsible. You think, I'm simply saying, let your intellect think. Your mind will fall into calmness and peace there and then. You started, and then I said, oh, you started, then let me start with the 40 steps. But then, so yes, you have shared with me, that is wonderful. It is important to share, and it is important to hamster wheel of the mind, how to break it to be in peace. That is just I made a title out of it.